Alright, so recently I've been getting clapped trying to day trade NASDAQ futures during the New York session, and since lots of people have talked about trading gold, I decided to try it out for a week. Since I'm already struggling during the New York session though, I wanted to try out a new session to trade gold in, which I ended up picking the Asia session. Normally I would avoid trading during this time because of the lack of volume on NASDAQ futures, but with gold I have seen some pretty decent moves happen. Since I'll be trading a new session and a new market, I also picked a new firm to try out, which was Tradeify with their Project X experience, because it's basically the same as Top Step's trading platform, which I used before. So if Tradeify picked out, I donated about 101 bucks for a 50k growth plan and was ready to start trading Sunday evening. However, I haven't really tested any strats or setups on gold yet, and I also haven't really looked too much into what the normal price movements are, but I'm sure I'll be fine, right? Alrighty, first day actually trading gold futures here, and you know, for my first month of observing this market, all I know is that gold does follow a trend from higher time frames a lot, so all I gotta do is follow the trend. Simple, right? Now to start off the session, I don't know, something about this 15-minute chart was screaming bullish vibes to me, so I was looking for longs with a target at some of these previous highs. I was planning on using my main entry tool here with the moving average lines because I want to see if it works in different markets, you know, and since I was leaning more on the 15-minute bias, I kind of want to see price get closer to the moving average line on that chart, but instead price got a decent bounce here on the 5-minute chart, so I was thinking I might have missed the move already, but no, price slowly came back down. So I was looking for some sort of wick lower here, but instead price just took off with this fat candle. Seeing that, I did end up taking a stab long here after seeing price pull back and bounce again. I did want to see price pop up now, but nope, we ended up chopping around here for a while. Because I couldn't bear to watch this anymore, I just went to go get something to eat, and while I was gone, 6 p.m. hit and volume increased a lot as price did pop towards my target, so maybe we'll just hit it now that I'm gone, right? Nah, that got slapped down. So you know, things weren't looking that good for this trade as price got rejected after sweeping these highs. Luckily though, price held here and bounced right back up to hit my target pretty quickly, and you know, good thing my target was set there because when I came back to my PC, price got shot right back down after hitting that level, so I probably would have been panicking right about now if I was still in the trade. With that though, it didn't seem like price was gonna go up right now, and I wasn't trying to take any shorts today, so I did just stop trading here to cash in almost 800 bucks on my first day on this eval. Alright, second day on that gold grind, and for today, gold has been setting some new all-time highs, which means the goal is just to go long, but I just don't know how high we'll go if we do break higher, so I'm gonna just try and play it by ear, I guess. To start with the session though, we were still consolidating at the top, so I was looking for a break and retest first before entering, but then I saw a decent green candle followed by a fat wick here, so I just jumped in along looking for that break higher. I didn't really have a good target, however, this just ended up being a fake move up and price came back down to stop me out. After that, we did have increased volatility from China's open, but I may have gotten a little distracted because my sister visited for dinner, and while I wasn't looking, we ended up popping back up to new highs, so instead of waiting for a pullback, I just sent it in long. I wasn't too sure where to put my target, but price was moving, so I just aimed for the moon, and since I had a trash entry, I was like, where should I put my stop loss? I was thinking of trailing, but if gold was popping, I kind of wanted to hold a little more, so then I tried putting it at break even, but price could just pull back and stop me out before popping higher, which means I eventually settled for a fat stop loss below these previous highs. With that said, I went to go eat dinner thinking we would just continue up, but nope, when I came and looked, price almost freaking stopped me out, bro. Luckily it did bounce a little, so I just moved my stop loss up a little and left again. With that bounce, price did end up going back up here, but then it started to lose steam, and that's also when my PC fell asleep, so when I turned it back on, price had already dropped all the way back down, stopping me out for a loss. So yeah, I totally wasn't tilted or anything after seeing that, cause you know, it was my fault for shooting for the stars when I probably should have lowered my target when I adjusted my stop loss, meaning I just gotta accept that it's my fault and just move on. I totally didn't get tilted and hopped right back in with a short. Okay, I did, but at least I didn't shoot for like a fat target or anything. Here, I think I was kind of banking on a fat gold sell-off, but price low-key just stalled, so I just bailed out for a smaller profit. After that, I was gonna stop, but I didn't, and instead played a little bit of ping pong, you know, where I'll go long just to bail out and then immediately flip sides for a short just to also bail out and then flip back into a long. So yeah, just a little ping pong, you know. With this long though, I did feel more confident as price did bounce real quick after sweeping these lows, so I kind of was expecting price to go back up for real this time, and I mean, it slowly did. I did move my stop loss to break even because low-key it did look like price might just drop again, but we didn't as price almost hit my target. However, I might have aimed a little too high because price did start to drop, so I trailed my stop loss a little tighter, which did eventually get hit for a smaller profit. With that, I finally stopped there, taking home a loss of like almost 600 bucks, basically wiping away yesterday's gains. Another day on gold, and for today I did see price was kind of selling off a little, so I was leaning more bearish today. And to start off the session, I did take a stab short after seeing price reject here. I was looking for that drop lower, which we did get, but then yeah, that candle happened, wiping away all that progress. Seeing that, I did just bail out because selling was dying out with these smaller candles anyways. Then I waited for China's open, which did smack price down, so I did jump back into a short, but I might have just jumped in at the bottom of that candle as price popped right back up. So with that, I ditched the short and flipped to the long side. If you can't tell, I wasn't really thinking and kind of just chasing into trades here, but we did get a pop up. However, that ended up just sweeping these highs before coming right back down to stop me out for a smaller profit. Looking back, I probably should have just aimed for these highs with my target, but I also was just chasing into trades, so it was just messy trading for me. After swiping the highs though, price did get a fat rejection, so I was thinking about hopping back into the shorts as price did get a fat wick on the 15-minute chart here. But then I took a step back and realized I was just chasing into trades left and right with no real plans anymore, and if I did have one, I didn't have the patience to follow it right now. So instead of flipping back to shorts, I decided just to stop trading here altogether because mentally I was just a mess, which might have been because I was constantly crashing out in the mornings when I was trading during the New York session. So yeah, I hopped off the charts to go recover for the night and just accepted the loss for today. It's a new day on gold, and for today I did see that price sold off hard basically all day during the New York session, but towards the end of the session we did start to see a decent bounce up, so I was looking to ride along up for now. However, price already seemed to be bouncing, so I kind of wanted to wait for one more pullback if possible, which we did get here with this wick off the moving average, so I entered it along. Now price could still reject at any point, but we didn't yet, and price kind of just easily hit my target for a decent profit to start off the session. I might have been able to target a little bit more, but it's fine because I got my base hit right. After that, I did hop off the charts though because I had dinner plans, so just a quick one and done for me today to cash in almost 600 bucks. Alrighty, time to end off my first week on gold futures with this. Yeah, I don't know. Looking at this, I kind of was getting range vibes from this 15-minute chart, and I suck in ranges. At the start of the session, though, I did see a possible short if we can get a rejection off this moving average, which did end up happening, so I took a short, and price looked like it might just plummet, but nope, this candle got bought up, so it wasn't really looking great for me. Instead of just bailing out early, though, I decided just to hold on and see what happens, which resulted in price popping higher to stop me out for a decent loss here. After reaching these highs, price did fall back down, so is gold just gonna stay in a range today? Well, seeing how price bounced to the highs just to get rejected kind of proved that gold low-key is looking pretty dead right now. So instead of trying to play within the range, I just called it here to wrap up this week's gold session for me. So yeah, another quick day with only one trade, but this time I lost about 300 bucks. Okay, that wraps up my first week trading gold, and honestly, I didn't really expect to end the week green somehow. It is only like 200 bucks, and I did get kind of lucky on those winners, but I mean, green is green. I'm still trying to work out a good time to trade during Asia session because I do like the increased volatility after China's market open, but I'm still not too sure if there's a better time to trade. If y'all know a better time though, drop it in the comments. I'm also not sure what the normal points to target for a base hit are for Asia session, so low-key, I might just put my targets at the first area I like. Since I'm still learning the market conditions though, I'll probably stick more to static targets, which basically means when I enter a trade, I'll just set it up and just leave it until my stop loss or target is hit. Hopefully, this will also help save my mental energy a bit more so I don't crash out while trading those New York sessions, because this last week for me was especially bad during the New York session. I just didn't have any of that mental patience or calmness that I was working on. Maybe it was due to the increased trading or editing load that affected me because it did basically double my workload, but I think I can adjust to the increased workload, right? If I can't, or if my performance continues to tank during the New York session, I might have to step back from these gold videos so that I can just focus on one trading session. But for now, the plan is to release these gold recaps weekly, meaning 2 videos a week. With that, I guess I'll just see you on the next recap then.